Feel free to ask questions. This is basically an informal meeting with other home inspectors talking about how to perform inspections, marketing, and business. I've got a few thoughts. I want to share a few things with you all first, and then we'll just open it up for discussion and talking about business, because I think that's what we all like to do. So hopefully you can see my screen. Do you see successful home inspectors understand that success has nothing to do with drills? Hope you can see that. I'll go through a few slides, and then we'll just open it up to any topic you want to talk about. Your business, your marketing is a lot of fun. I have ideas, but a lot of home inspectors who attend the coaching sessions, they have ideas as well, and we like to share them. So I wrote some thoughts down about how successful home inspectors understand that success has nothing to do with drills, and I'll explain what that means. The last coaching session, we talked about the basic math of success, and it was belief plus attitude plus preparation plus value equals success. And that was the basic math calculation. We also learned that if you don't believe that you're different and valuable, you shouldn't expect to be exceptionally successful, because the math simply doesn't work. And the second factor that we learned about was positive anticipation. And that meant, for example, you can open your emails every morning and expect to see newly scheduled jobs in your inbox with certainty. You can answer the phone and convert that potential client into a real client. And the other thing that we learned about is how to prepare yourself to speak to your clients on their terms, in terms of how they're going to benefit from your home inspection today. So the fourth factor that we learned about in the last coaching session was value. It's the undeniable, overwhelming value that you got to provide to your clients. And in general, if the perceived value is greater than the cost, then it's a good decision. So today, let's talk about communicating in terms of your client, video testimonials, and drilling a hole. So here's a story. A man walks into a hardware store and says to the store owner, I need a drill. And the store owner says, well, not really. You don't really want a drill. You want to make a hole. And the man didn't come into that store because he needs a drill, right? What he actually needs, what he actually wants, is a hole. And there are other versions of this story, but it can be applied to any business, including a home inspection service business. A potential client wants an inspection service and needs a home inspector's help to find the right answers and achieve the desired outcome. So if someone says that they need a home inspection, what they actually need is something else. The home inspector may reply with, well, okay, how big is the house? Where is it located? Do you need any other inspections? Who is your real estate agent? And that home inspector is actually asking the wrong questions. Those questions are self-serving questions. They're price-based questions. Those questions have zero value to that client who just said, I need a home inspection. And we all experience these situations when we ask for something, but it's not really what we need. I need to fill a cavity. Nope. What you really need, what you really want, is your mouth to be pain-free. I need a new roof. Nope. What you really want is to live in a house without water leaking into your bedroom ceiling. I need a credit card. Nope. What you really need is to purchase something without spending your own cash, right? I need a new pair of shoes. Nope. You need to be safe and healthy when walking around. So in reality, a home buyer who says you need a home inspection is actually needing a lot more than just that. And a successful home inspection company can provide all those things that they actually need. So what do your clients actually need? And when a business owner speaks to a home buyer or a real estate agent or a homeowner or an investor, she needs to speak in terms of what the consumer needs, in terms of what the first-time home buyer needs, in terms of what the real estate agent needs, in terms of what the seller, the homeowner, or the investor needs. It's not just what it is, a drill. It's about the desired outcome after using that drill. It's the outcome. The result of buying a drill is having a really nice hole in the wall. The desired outcome for hiring a home inspector is, well, you have to fill in the blank according to who your client is, according to what type of business owner you are, and what clients actually need and expect as the desired outcome after hiring you. So for an agent, maybe it's a smooth process to closing. For an investor, maybe it's information and data with a dollar amount. For a homeowner, maybe it's a way to keep their investment maintained until they're ready to sell and retire on the capital gains. For a home seller, maybe it's fixing the house problems now in order to sell it later for the most profitable price. For a home buyer, maybe it's having peace of mind with what they just bought as the best decision that they could make. Or maybe it's about enjoying the negotiated price based upon the repair costs provided. Or maybe it's about their first winter holiday family dinner in a warm, cozy house of their dreams. So pay attention to your words. When you answer the phone, when you write words on your website, when you say something in your short company promo video, when you post on your Instagram or Facebook, when you talk to someone about business, when you talk to your neighbor about home ownership and home maintenance, when you're designing your brochure, when you're making a presentation, think of the ideas that favor your client. Pay attention to your words. Make sure they're not self-serving, like, I'm thorough, I'm certified, I have a discount coupon, I can take pictures, right? So here's your homework. Evaluate your company's literature and marketing strategies in terms of what value your company provides to people. What problems do you solve for people? What needs do you meet? What is the real differentiating reason to hire you? Why should I hire you instead of the next inspector who says the same things as you? I'm thorough. I'm certified. I have a discount coupon. I take pictures. So let's take a look at inspectors' websites using inspectorseek.com. Let's go to inspectorseek.com. And Fatima, maybe turn off your microphone. Maybe that'll help. Thank you. So if you go to inspectorseek.com, I used to live in this zip code, 19465. You type in your zip code and spy on your friendly competitors. And let's go to Ben Polls. So let's see if I can open this up a little bit so you all can see. Ben Polls is here from Rest Assured Inspections. And you go, when you use Inspector Seek, people looking for home inspectors in a zip code, in a particular zip code or something, are gonna land on a free website, kind of like a free informational website that InterNACHI provides to all certified home inspectors. And right there is Ben Polls' URL. So make sure your InterNACHI profile is updated with your website. And I like this. You know, Ben is, good name by the way, Ben. Ben is using things like invest in peace of mind, right? And then get the information you need, right? There's a little scary thing, the silent killer lurking inside your home. I'm not sure if that's an appropriate approach to try to scare somebody. Talking about integrity of the home. Are you confident in the home buying process, right? Get the full story about your home. So Ben is trying to use those terms that appeal to a wide variety of potential clients. So it's difficult, right? If this was actually a changing header image, that'd be kind of cool. Right now it's a winter image, a winter header, and that's appropriate for Pennsylvania, although it's not snowing right now. But the terms are really cool. Invest in a peace of mind, right? It's not self-serving. It's making sure that the home inspector understands that this is a huge investment and the ultimate outcome, the goal, is peace of mind. Sorry about that. I don't know. I must have clicked a button. So here's another National Property Inspector's, there's Jason's website. And he has a scrolling thing like I was talking about before with Ben Poles. But this one says, schedule your inspection right now. That's a call to action. That's pretty good. But it isn't really tugging at the strings. Here's an exclusive 90-day limited warranty. That's an offer. Here's how to prepare for your home inspection. That's pretty good. That's not self-serving, right? It's actually trying to help the process along the way. So Jason is trying to help, right? Let's talk in terms of outcome. There's some happy people. Of course, you know, the outcome needs to be a happy experience with buying the largest purchase of your life. Here's a couple things of what we offer. That's self-serving though. Here's some customer reviews. That's pretty good. Although an abbreviated last name is doubtful in my opinion. And then why choose Pottstown? So it's a different approach. Jason is approaching this in a different way. There's hardly anything here that's going to tug at my strings. Tell me what problems are going to be solved by Jason, what my desired outcomes are. Remember, it's the hole that I want. It's not the drill. And there's a lot of drill terminology, essentially. Let's try something else. Benjamin Weisberg from Wise Choice Inspections. Let's see if we pull up that. Go to his website. Okay, so this is the first time I've seen these. So I would say this is difficult for me to understand what is going on as a potential home buyer, right? Home inspections serving Gilbertsville and Southeastern PA. We are InterNACHI's certified for all your home inspection needs. This is very self-serving. Click to verify. Services, not very interesting. I don't have any outcome. There's no hole here. And especially this. I don't know about your clients, but most of my clients weren't able to afford a modern home like this. So this is lacking in a lot of things that I would say. It doesn't have any of those terms that I'm looking for. Where's the hole? This is all drill and self-serving. So let's try another one. Jeff Benson, National Property Inspections. Oh, they're related. Okay. Peter Fountain, get to capitalize your first and last name within your InterNACHI membership profile. And Peter has a big logo. That's really self-serving, right? The logo, your business logo, has hardly anything to do with your business. It really is. For home inspectors, right? It looks nice. Maybe people can remember it. It looks really beautiful on marketing pieces, but for a website, you want to tell people how you're completely different from all the rest. And it's not necessarily just a logo. Although that's a nice logo. That's a nice logo design from InterNACHI's marketing team. But that's not your first punch, right? It's like you have to hit somebody with the absolute answer to the question, why should I hire you over everyone else? And giving someone an answer that is just your logo is not a good answer, right? So don't worry about using the logo. In fact, don't even use InterNACHI's logo. Keep it somewhere small, but it's not that important. Saying I'm certified was really important 20 years ago, not really now, right? What you want to say to be successful in your business, in your home inspection business, are all the other, is that fill in the blank, right? The reason why you should hire me is blank. And that's what we're talking about. What are those reasons? So let's go back. So think about the end goal of your client. Think of their outcome. What do they ultimately want? It's not a drill. It's not the drill. It's about how your client wins. How do they win? By hiring you. If you communicate how your clients are winners with undeniable proof of perceived value, then you will have lowered that final barrier to hiring you. And undeniable proof are video testimonials. There's nothing more powerful than another person providing a real testimony of your value to their lives. So let's look at an example that I found yesterday. And the website kind of takes a while. It's superiorhomeinspectors.ca, and it takes a while to load, which is a really bad thing. And it's taking a while to load because I don't have a whole lot of time. I mean, you have about 5 seconds to get someone's attention. So if your website is really slow to load, that's a bad thing. We're gonna go somewhere else. It's taking a long time because someone has a web page with video testimonials. There's 7 here, and it took like 10 seconds to upload. But the idea is that you have people giving testimonials.
Real estate coach. Feedback on Robert and Superior Home Inspectors team. I've had only great experiences with them ever since he and I met a couple of years ago. I refer him to all.
So that is really powerful. That's powerful, undeniable proof. And here's another one that I found yesterday. It's just a video.
Done by Gordy Haynes with Orlando's Best Home Inspection. And I have 3 reasons why I would highly recommend Gordy.
That's really powerful, right? To have a recent client, and he just uploaded that a couple months ago. So it's very easy to do. Everyone does selfies nowadays. And you just grab your phone, ask them to do it on their phone and send it to you as a text or some other way, email, or you use your phone, right? And you just hold it, or they can hold it. It's very easy. It's no longer an embarrassing kind of thing. 10 years ago it was, right? It was very difficult for someone, for a home inspector to ask for a video testimonial right after the home inspection. But now it's actually kind of fun. So if you're not doing it, you ought to. To learn about marketing your business on Instagram, which is a great place to put video testimonials, check out a forum thread that InterNACHI has on the InterNACHI forum, and it's at this link, but it's a really long URL, so I just made a QR code. And actually, you can make a QR code too, if you wanted to. One of the cool things that home inspectors do is to have a QR code and put it on their truck, their inspection vehicle. So people passing by, if they want to schedule an inspection right then and there, the QR code can take them to the online scheduler on their website. So if you have a device, and if you can see it and point to your screen, you should be able to open up your camera feature on your mobile device right now and point it to the QR code that I have there. And that should take you to the post on the InterNACHI forum. And it's about marketing your business on Instagram. So if you wanted to do that, before I click the next slide, go ahead and do that. So if you have your camera, you can just point right to the QR code, and it should pop right to that. And to learn how to get video testimonials easily from your clients, you can just jump to step 7. There are 8 steps in the masterclass for home inspectors. That's a free online class at nachi.org/masterclass. So we went over this in the last coaching session. Not knowing what you should know is the root of lacking confidence. So gaining in the knowledge of something is very important, and it's easy to do when you're a member of InterNACHI. We have everything a home inspector needs to know, everything you need to be successful, all in one place at that URL, nachi.org/everything. And I highly recommend taking the masterclass, nachi.org/masterclass. So thanks for learning about how success has nothing to do with drills. So that's what I wanted to share with you all this morning during our coaching session. And now we can just open it up for questions if you want to. We have a new person. Stephanie has just joined us. Hey, John, what's up?
Quick question. Do you have to purchase anything to get InterNACHI's logo design, or is that something you can just call up you all and just have them design it for you?
Yep. So you have to be a certified home inspector. You have to be a CPI, and there are 6 steps to become a CPI. And one of them is taking the online exam. It's difficult to pass. But once you become a CPI, a certified professional inspector, a certified home inspector, then the design team can work with you because throughout all the design work, even if it's just a business logo, it'll have the word certified in it. So our design team doesn't want to use that kind of marketing design with uncertified inspectors. So that's the only requirement we have to get free marketing design from our InterNACHI member marketing team. You have to be a certified home inspector through InterNACHI.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. And then I would compare. I compare prices and quality, right? Go to Vistaprint and look up the process of getting a business card designed and how much it's going to cost. I think the last time I took a look at Vistaprint, you know, Vistaprint, good service, good products, good price. But I remember the free design feature wasn't really easy to do. And if you wanted someone else to design it, there's an additional cost. And then there's the material itself and the cut of the material and the weight of the material. So, and the one thing that InterNACHI does really well is we just work with home inspectors. So we're really tuned into what a home inspection business card should look like. And Vistaprint, the free stuff, you're on your own basically. But I would definitely compare. I'd compare the prices and the products and the service of each one and choose which you like.
Ben, I got a question. So I was looking at the Find an Inspector listing for me, and I've moved.
Yep.
And I think it's got my old, I guess, zip codes. I can't remember how to go in and change that.
Okay. So yeah, it's in your profile. So you want to log into your InterNACHI account and go to your profile.
Okay.
Update the address and the zip code and enter your URL. And if you have any problems, go to our contact page and contact member services. They'll go into your account and help you do that. We'll get you situated for sure.
And that's the same place where you would put in, I think, zip codes of the areas you service?
That's right.
Is it zip codes or is it cities?
Zip codes. Zip codes.
Okay.
Yep. That's actually how people search. Sometimes they search for a city, but you know, like if you're searching for a home inspector in Cincinnati, you're going to get a huge list. So people know they're pretty tuned into how to search for something. So they'll type in a zip code as well.
Okay.
And that's what we do. Those are free job leads that InterNACHI provides to certified home inspectors. So people are on the internet looking for you in your zip code, and we grab those people and direct them to your website. And then it's up to you to convert them into our clients, right? But we'll push them to your website. And for those of you who don't know, in the masterclass, I teach about websites, how to convert people into your client base to make them clients. And really, a website is a lot of fun. Do not feel obligated to spend a lot of money on getting a website up and running. You can get a beautiful, functioning website with features and pictures and text and online scheduler and a call me now button for very little money. There are free templates, but if you wanted to do like a video or an online scheduler, you have to upgrade it. The monthly fee for a really good website is about $12 a month. $12 a month. And you can go month to month. And I actually have several websites that I use, Weebly, WEEBLY.com. And also teach that in the masterclass, how to build a website. Is
When is the
anyone
master class?
What's that?
When is the master class?
Masterclass is online and available at any time. It's learn at your own pace.
Okay, and it's just called master class for websites.
Well, InterNACHI has a ton of courses, right? But in this particular class, the master class, I call it the master class because we dumped everything we know into one class. It's very long. That's why I was talking about jumping to step 7. You can just jump around and move around and look for the things that you need to work on. But inside that class, nachi.org/masterclass, it's all video based, and I teach everything that you need to be successful, from websites to marketing to business strategies to calculating profit, calculating inspection fee that's profitable for you, how to answer the phone, things like that. So I would go in there and then scroll down that page and look for the topics of the course that's covered, see if it's interesting to you.
Ben?
Yeah.
Question for you, maybe comment. I already became a certified professional inspector, and I'm from Montreal.
Yes.
And from your website, I found several persons which are declared willing to become my mentors.
Yes.
Because they are more experienced than me. So I have contacted them, but I have never had any feedback.
Yep. So InterNACHI has a mentoring program that Fatima?
Right, Fatima. Mm-hmm.
Fatima is mentioning. It's nachi.org/mentoring. So we have experienced inspectors who agree to volunteer and help other inspectors, usually new inspectors who need help and assistance. So if you ever have a problem with a mentor, feel free to email me and we'll contact that mentor and make sure that...
I understand. First of all, I decided to try it through Quebec inspectors, but it doesn't matter. I can contact you and to find maybe somebody from US. No problem for me. Thank you.
Right.
Okay.
You can contact anybody on that list for advice and help.
3 persons did not call me back.
Right. Well, you can email me their contact information. I'll make sure that they are paying attention to requests.
Thank you, Ben.
But you may have more success if you contact somebody outside of your area. The one thing that we noticed is a lot of home inspectors who are not confident won't help anybody in the same area because they feel like they're training someone to be the which is understandable. Any other questions? Anybody having problems with COVID? Any issues with that, with COVID or real estate agents or open houses or vacant homes or occupied homes? No? I haven't.
I got a question.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah, so I'm not fully, so I'm still going through the classes and stuff like that. And one of my issues was just really understanding how like they calculate the R value as far as like heat ratings goes, as far as like for insulation and stuff like that. It was just it just seemed like there was like a lot of different numbers, and you know, I'm not like the best with math, so I was like, I never really understood like how, like I know it lists a lot of like what the values are, but I never understood like how you could look at something and tell like what the value is on that.
Yep.
Installation and stuff like that.
Does anybody have anybody want to answer Rob's question about how do you quickly estimate the depth and R value of insulation?
Don't they make a ruler that measures it?
Well, I think there's, isn't there a corresponding chart? Like you get I think for every inch, it's an R3. And so when you're at 11, 12 inches, I think it's an R30.
Yep.
Maybe close to that.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like a 2.5. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ben, but I think it's 2.5. If you can figure out the inches and you multiply it by 2.5, and that should give you your R value.
Yep, there's a few very common types of insulation that you're going to find, especially in an attic space or an unfinished space, like crawl space or unfinished spot. It's fiberglass insulation, right? Or blown in fiberglass insulation, or maybe some cellulose or some kind of recycled material or something like that. Or maybe it's a spray, like the foam spray. So I would just memorize. I'd go into the insulation course, and there's a table or a chart. And if you can't find it, just email me. I'll give you the direct link to it. And we list the top most common types of insulation that a home inspector will find. And Richard's right. It's basically just simple math. So if you have 10 inches of blown-in fiberglass insulation in the attic space, according to the home inspection standards of practice, you're supposed to approximate the depth. So Aaron said, you can get a measuring tape or a stick, or I carry a mini measuring tape that fits in my tool pouch when I'm going up into the attic. And I just pull it out and I dip it in and I take a measurement, and then you multiply it by 3. That's what I always did. So if I had 10 inches, it's about an R30, but I never really wrote down the R value as a definite number, right? But that's an approximate R value guess. And the depth is an approximation as well. And so what I would do as a home inspector, I would dip my measuring device into the insulation and take a picture of it. Usually when it was bad, the good pictures, like really thick insulation, 12 inches, 16 inches thick of insulation, blown in fiberglass, that's good stuff. But the small thing, the defect, I wanted to show that it's only 3 inches or something like that in a cold climate. So I used to inspect in Pennsylvania, that's a cold climate. So in different areas, you have to know what the standard is. You're not a code inspector, but in my area, they keep bumping up the thickness of the insulation. So now you want like R40 in the attic where I live. But that's all that really good information about insulation and thickness and how to multiply by 2.5 to 3.5 is in the insulation course. Attic interior ventilation insulation course of InterNACHI. If you can't find it, just email me, Rob.
Overread it or I just wasn't understanding it or something like that. But yeah, that what, thanks Rich and Aaron, but like, yeah, that makes it a lot simpler to understand it like that. I appreciate it.
And then the other thing I love to do was finding missing insulation where it should be. So that was always good, or lack of insulation or very low insulation. So like uninsulated ductwork in the attic in my area, that was a really nice find. So missing insulation as well. That was another one. Any other questions? Are you registered for the convention? The convention's coming up this week. John's saying, yeah. Yep. Richard, cool. Aaron. So it's a free online convention. We had everything scheduled to be in warm Southern California, right outside of LA. We're all gonna have food and great classes at a huge convention center out in California. But we decided to be safe and healthy for everybody. We're gonna push it to 2021. So it's gonna be in the same place, just outside of LA, but next year. But this year, we got all the instructors to go online. It's gonna be really a lot of fun. And you just register, it's free, it's open to everyone. You don't have to be a member of InterNACHI. You don't have to have a credit card or anything like that. You can just register and click around and jump in and out of classes because it's so easy. It's all virtual and online, and check out what the instructors and teachers are presenting on. And we've got some really good topics this year. This is really great. Great online convention. And it starts Thursday, a couple days. And that's at nachi.org/convention. nachi.org/convention for those of you who haven't registered yet.
Looks like there was a question in the chat.
Oh, chat. Yeah, Berad, I'm in a loud room, so I'll have to text. So my question is, how has COVID impacted the business as a whole? I have my perspective, but how about anyone else want to comment? Any good things or bad things about COVID impacting the business? Well, from what I understand from members is that it all depends on where you are. And that's my perspective, right? So down in Florida, there is no impact at all from COVID. We keep getting requests by home inspectors to figure out how to hire people. And so we're helping people down in Florida to hire inspectors. They need more inspectors. So what you can do is look at the local real estate data. You know, how many homes are being listed? What price is price going up or down? How long are they staying on the market? Maybe keep in contact with your top 30 real estate agents. Just to ask them that. How is COVID impacting your business? How are things going on? You know, don't be alone in not knowing how your business is, because it could be like fake news, right? If you're all alone and you're not really talking to anybody about how business is, if you're not online with our online chapters, you don't know how actually things are going. You can maybe take a look down the street and see how many homes are for sale, but you can track obviously your own business. How many phones, how many emails, how many scheduled jobs are we doing this month compared to last month, compared to last year at this time. You can do that data, but you really need to talk to other home inspectors. So I don't know how you do it. If you email, chat, if you're on a group, if you do a Zoom, if you're in a chapter meeting, a distance meeting, if you go to a convention and then break out on your own, if you are online on Facebook, that's a really good place to be. On the forum, InterNACHI's forum, you have to figure out, that's the beauty of going to a chapter meeting. You can rub elbows and see what your friendly competitors are doing. So when you think that things are down 50%, Dominic says, you have to make sure that you're not the only one, right? See what other home inspectors are doing. And maybe they don't have that same perspective as you. And that's valuable information, right? Because you don't want to be left out. If people are having a hard time, well, you can maybe help each other out. But if people are actually being successful and you're not, you're seeing a dip, you got to figure out what's going on. You really have to figure out, and that means being connected in a network. And I think InterNACHI has 26,000 certified home inspectors in our network. So that's a really good network to be in. Know what is going on in your area and use Inspector Seek and spy in your competition. I say spy, call them up, call your friendly competitors and see how's business, what's going on, how are you doing? Maybe they need help, right? Maybe they're overflowing with jobs. Don't know until you actually know. It's just a big guesswork. All you know is how busy you are. And if you're not comparing it to the market, that's great information, but you have no idea if it's good or bad. So keep in contact with others. Call your real estate agents. They love cold calls. It's old school now. You got to go back to the phones and call people up and say, anything else going on? Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any requests? Anybody in the stage of doing something? John is apparently like getting in the middle of marketing, design, and ordering business cards. Everybody know? Good, good. I'm here to help answer questions. If you don't have any questions, I'm going to get back to boosting up this online convention.
I do have a quick question.
Hit it, John.
Is the convention normally free, or what does it normally cost?
Yeah, it's always free. InterNACHI's conventions are free. So the convention coming up is free. The online convention is obviously free. You don't have to pay to get in, and you don't have to be a member. So it's open, completely open and completely free. So I would, and everybody who registers for the upcoming online convention will have the video recordings as well. So you won't miss a thing.
Hey, Ben, I have a question.
Hit it, Aaron.
As long as the other, I don't know who was talking. I want to make sure they were done first.
John's good.
Okay. One of the things I've seen, I've gone through the Facebook posts where people ask questions and stuff. Does InterNACHI have information on like special inspections for like VA or FHA and other things like that, where there's usually special forms required?
There is, yep. And I apologize. That's the good thing and bad thing about InterNACHI. We have a ton of information, but there's so much it's hard to find. So if you need something in particular, email somebody on staff. Sometimes it'll get bubbled up to me because I know where everything is. But for FHA and VA, yeah, we actually have a web page of information on how to become recognized by the government to do those types of inspections. And the FHA, for example, like 203K consultants, like one of the things that you could be is a certified home inspector, and that qualifies you to become that kind of inspector. For like a roof inspection only, I used to do that for VA. They just want to look at the roof. Is the roof condition okay? So I would just do roof only inspections for $100 in like 15 minutes. That's a really good rate. So we have all these types of ancillary inspections and connections to governmental programs and forms and checklists. We have that information, but it's difficult to find sometimes. So feel free to reach out to anybody on staff. We have 30 people working at InterNACHI full-time, and all they do is answer questions of our members and find information and support you. So feel free to reach out, okay? I know we've got it for you, Aaron. Hey, where are you heading? Where are you heading right now?
I'm actually headed back to Pittsburgh. I just left just outside Chicago.
Nice. Nice. So Aaron's driving the truck.
The other thing I've noticed, because when you were talking about, lack of confidence comes with lack of knowledge.
Yep.
I'd stopped doing the master class because I had concerns where, with not knowing and stuff. And so I went back to the individual classes.
Sure.
And I went through the HVAC, which I thought was going to be the hardest one for me. And I actually breezed through it fairly quickly. So what I've learned is it's actually the business end that I think I'm going to struggle with. The BizVelop page you guys have, is that a thorough, or is that kind of an overview of business?
It's, I would say it's a great first step. It's a great first step. It'll find holes in your business plan. And that's the whole point, right? You want to be able to have everything in place, all the systems in place in order for you to be successful in your business. And so that tool, BizVelop, is a great starting point, and it will ask you questions, you answer them, and it will also help you identify where you're weak and what gaps you need to fill. And then we have resources beyond that. We actually have a home inspection business course, a free online course, home inspection business course. That's very basic. It's based upon small business administration business course, but it's for home inspectors. And that will help you also get a good foundation. But there are also, one of my favorite marketing and business and marketing classes I did a little while ago, and it's a video recording. And we go over some really good strategies for marketing and business. And that's on our webinar page. If you go to nachi.org/webinar, go to InterNACHI webinars and type in business or marketing, the ultimate business and marketing class pops up. So we have those resources as well. And that is a weakness. I mean, I teach home inspectors a lot about doing two things. There's two vectors you have to pay attention to. One is becoming a great home inspector technically competent in doing a home inspection. The other one is the business and marketing. And you have to be good at both. A lot of home inspectors think that if they become really good inspectors, they spend a lot of time on the courses and they gain all this knowledge, that they're going to be successful. And I think, Aaron, you're commenting that's not true, right? You found that out. You need the other part. Because if you are a great inspector and no one knows it because you didn't work on your marketing, that hurts the public, right? And the other way is true too. If you're a terrible home inspector, you don't have no idea what's going on out there because you didn't take any courses, but you're really good at marketing, right? That hurts the public as well. So we don't want a lot of terrible home inspectors out there who are really good at marketing. And we don't want a lot of good inspectors out there that no one knows about. You have to be good at both. And I truly believe that InterNACHI has all the resources that a home inspector and an individual needs to be successful. Not just the courses and the training and the certifications, but we also have the marketing as well. You know, when John, I don't know if you've gone through this session yet, but you know, there's a little like consultation checklist with the InterNACHI member marketing team. They ask you questions because they work on your brand. They want to get to know you a little bit better. So our member marketing team, that service also has like a little bit of an exchange between your team member, your marketing team member, asking you questions, and you have to figure out, oh, you have to answer these questions. Like it's a little difficult to answer these questions because you have to think about who you are and what your company does and what services you provide and what value you're trying to communicate through your marketing. So that's one of the services InterNACHI does. You're not alone. You're never alone at InterNACHI trying to figure all this stuff out.
I will say it is worth the money.
I appreciate that, John.
Because I know, like on Facebook, I'm in several different groups, and people talk about all the time which one's the best group to go with, and people try to justify a hit, or I think we have one down here. I forget it's like a college or something like that. It's an actual school, and they're expensive, and they charge out the butt per course. And it's just like, at least you all have so many videos. Some may be really old, some pretty new. You guys try to update them as much as possible, and for $500 a year, you can't beat that.
Yep, and we are a college, actually. We're an accredited college. And I think it's this week, we're going to have an updated student ID card available to every InterNACHI member. You can download it and prove that you are a student of an accredited college. And I don't know if you guys are into like getting discounts at like theaters or ski tickets or something like that, but you can use that student ID to get discounts. So that will be available soon, within a few days. Our development team is working on getting that updated so that every student of InterNACHI.edu can get a student ID and use it for discounts. Because theaters, I hear, are opening up again. And college students get discounts.
Speaking of opening up again,
yep.
Is the House of Horrors, is there like a time frame when that's going to start back up?
We have no time frame. We're waiting for the world to tell us what to do next. So we could open it up right now, and we've had some requests right now, but we just want everybody to feel more comfortable and feel safe and healthy. I think we're moving slowly to that. And by next year, maybe we'll see something available at the House of Horrors. And we're also having plans on opening up more House of Horrors because it's so popular. California, and we have one almost ready in Pennsylvania, actually. They're very close to opening up. So we have one in Pennsylvania. We have one in Colorado, one in Florida, and we're thinking about other places. But we just want to be slow and cautious and make sure everyone is safe and healthy as much as possible. But eventually, Rob, we're going to open up the House of Horrors. So what we're going to do in the meantime is I've tasked my education team to get in there and do something online, maybe a live stream or some kind of interaction or some kind of course developed based upon the House of Horrors, something like that.
Yeah, I've seen like a video, or at least like one or two videos of some of the work that you guys have did there already. And
Yeah.
I think it was in the one in Colorado.
Yep. It's amazing. It's amazing how many defects you can shove into a house on purpose.
Yeah, it looked pretty extensive.
Yep. Yep. The one in Colorado I like because I live in Colorado, and I participated in making some of the defects in there. The one I like is the toilet. Every time it flushes, it drains into the crawl space. So it's kind of fun. Yeah, whenever you see a bucket in the crawl space, yeah, look up. Yeah.
Hey, Ben, I've got a question for you going back to the videos.
Yeah.
Is it going to be more beneficial to take a video with just like a straight YouTube channel, or having it put on your website? Or I guess you put a link on your website and it takes you to YouTube. How does that work?
Yeah, I wouldn't do, if you're going to put any videos on a web page, I wouldn't do more than 3. It's simply the loading problem, like we saw at the previous website of the Home Inspector's website, had too many videos, right? So testimonials are great. What you could do is also a thumbnail. So you take a capture, you upload the video to YouTube, and then you take a screenshot of that YouTube video, and then you have that image on that web page. And as soon as someone clicks that image, it goes to your YouTube channel, your business YouTube channel. So,
okay.
And then there's the whole thing about orientation, right? So nowadays, do you hold the phone vertically or this way, right? I'm old school, I go this way, but it doesn't work on Instagram very well and other places. So a vertical orientation to do a selfie is now expected, and it's no big deal. And so you just record it, and then you can distribute that video testimonial to your YouTube, Facebook. You can go to Twitter, Instagram, all kinds of things. And like Facebook is very popular for home inspectors, and a lot of home inspectors on Facebook. You can buy ads. It's very easy to find clients and target potential customers and things like that with advertising. Instagram is really for millennials, and it's a good way to communicate informally with other home inspectors and real estate agents. Twitter is not so much for the home inspection industry, but Facebook and others. Yeah, Instagram is pretty neat to reach out to. LinkedIn is an interesting way to reach out to licensed real estate agents. And don't let LinkedIn put words in your mouth. You start your own conversation with your own words and reach out in that way. And LinkedIn also has an easy way to find groups, like local real estate groups or investor groups that you could join, request to join, or reach out to real estate agents and things like that. So social media, you know, it's a good idea to start slow and just focus on one thing you want to do, maybe YouTube or Facebook or something like that, and focus on that. There's so much to do, and it could, you know, occupy a lot of your time, and it may not be worth it. I personally know many home inspectors who are not on social media at all. They just have this huge network, referral network of past clients or current clients, I like to say, that refer work to them without any social media, without any marketing. It's amazing.
So I got another question.
Yeah, Rob.
As far as like, you know, because I'm still in the beginning, but, you know, obviously I'm not going to be here for too much longer. What, as far as like, you know, after I first get certified, like I know you guys have the marketing team and stuff like that, but as far as like, trying to, I guess, put some money in my pocket, would you, like, what kind of advice as far as like, where would I immediately put my energy into after I get certified?
Yep. That's a good question. Anybody want to answer that question for Rob? What your plans are? What's the first thing you're going to do?
Don't everybody answer at once.
I would guess, I mean, if you're going to put energy into it, even at first, I wouldn't put anything into just one thing. You just, put a lot of it into your website, start calling realtors, just put your name out everywhere. I mean, just throw it out to everything you can find right from the get-go.
Massive energy. Okay. I get that.
Because my guess would be, why put all your eggs in one basket in the beginning where you could put some over here, some over there, and just spread it around.
Fair enough.
A real helpful thing for me is when you got your Google business listing, and you get, I mean, if you inspect, I don't know, your cousin's home and they like it, have them write a review.
Yeah.
Every marketing SEO company that I've talked to, Google's the big boys, and it's free.
Yeah.
And people read those things. I get calls every week, if not every couple of weeks, something they read about me online. It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's one of the beautiful things about inspecting in this generation.
Yeah, I use Google for almost everything, so that's definitely something I'll be looking into.
Yep, there's a link within the masterclass if you want to go through there, or just Google it, I guess, about how Google provides a lot of resources for businesses to keep in contact with your clients, to survey your clients. They have short URLs, so you can send it in an email. They have all these resources for you. And Richard's right. When I'm buying any kind of product, I'm looking at the reviews, and I listened to a podcast with a home inspector, and they have a 5-star rating on Google. And one of their clients called him up and said, this is just fake, right? No home inspector has a 5-star rating on Google, but they do, right? And that's because of all the follow-up. So to get Google reviews, to get video testimonials, to get surveys completed, it's a lot of work on follow-up. You got to put some time into it. Like Aaron said, you got to go over here or go over there. You got to spread it out. But it's so important to have those, like I said, video testimonials or undeniable proof as to the value that you provide spoken by other people. So Google reviews is very easy to do. And the way I started off was I inspected everything I could inspect for free for anyone that I knew, just so I can get through the school of hard knocks. And when I did my first paid inspection, I was essentially an experienced inspector. And the first paid inspection, I still remember it. It was a Saturday morning, and I made cash, because back then people paid you in cash. And my wife liked that because we could go get groceries that afternoon. There's nothing like doing a Saturday morning and making $300 in a few hours. So that's how I started off, nice and slow. Jump in with all your resources, crash with your software, find software and crash with it on your own home. Make sure you can inspect. If you can't inspect and write a report in 3 or 4 hours on your own home, don't expect to do anything good out there being paid. So inspect your own home 10 times. You'll find that the first inspection and the 10th inspection on your own home, seeing the same thing, are going to be very different. It's going to be a very different experience because you're just going to get really good. So that's what I recommend. Everybody in my neighborhood knows I'm the home inspector, and I've got the fancy infrared tool, and the moisture meter tool. So also that's a resource as well, inspecting for your neighbors. And real estate agents, they love free inspections.
Everybody loves free.
That's right. All right, everybody, how about if we wrap it up? Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay. I don't know if I have any more coaching sessions available, but I'll make them available. We've been focusing on the upcoming convention this week. It's really a big deal for InterNACHI to do an online convention successfully. And so after that, we'll have some live training webinars on how to do home inspections. We'll have special guests. I think I have one with someone who is outside of our industry and is going to talk about marketing for home inspectors. And that's a webinar coming up. And we'll do more coaching sessions as well. So I want to thank you all for having some fun. Any last questions or thoughts or anything?
Yeah,
John?
I've got one real quick.
Yep.
So when we do the webinar for the convention, can we pop in and out between the different webinars?
You sure can, and nobody will even notice. And
then how does that count for does that count for CE credits or no?
It won't. So if you're jumping all over the place, the system that we have tracks your attendance. So if you want a 1 hour CE from InterNACHI by attending one of the sessions at the convention, you actually have to be there 50 minutes. Okay? Yeah. Yep. And it's 50 minutes for every hour. So I think they're 2 hour sessions. So if you wanted a 2 hour session, you have to be there. And there's an attendance. We can see, quote unquote, see you attending the webinar session. But for me, if it was me, like there's plenty of opportunities to get CE. I would just jump in and out and try to figure out what I want to learn. But that's me.
Yeah, Ben, I have one question about the convention.
Yeah.
Is there stuff going on in between? Because I mean, I signed up for several of them.
Yeah.
But because like it shows them start at 10, and then I can't remember when the second part starts.
There is a break. There's a bathroom break, and if you want to talk to a vendor, you can. You can register to talk to a vendor if you wanted to, and that's probably a pretty good idea. There is a break though. There's a bit of a break in between, and it's needed on our side to shift people over. So,
is there going to be a link for the vendors?
Yeah, and it's on the vendor page as well. Actually, also there's a raffle going on, and we had a Texas event, a convention, online convention. We gave away a ton of stuff, thousands of dollars worth of stuff, and we have a lot more to give away at the raffle. And we're spinning a virtual wheel and picking names. Because
I watched the Texas one last night, and there's no way I could answer as fast as those guys were.
Right. I made it really hard for everybody to win a prize. I asked home inspection questions, and the first person they text the answer. We're having a wheel and spin, and people's names are on the wheel. Everyone who attends registers for the raffle. So I would do that. It's like I gave away a $700 infrared camera at the Texas convention. That was a good one. So we're going to do the same thing on this one. Right, Berhad. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. The raffle wasn't technically a raffle, right? Last time. Yeah, I came in with, I made it difficult. I like making things difficult to win prizes. But this one, we're going to make it easy. We're just going to spin a wheel. And if the arrow hits your name, you win. All right, everybody. As I always say, this is the favorite part of my day, talking to other home inspectors, best people in the whole world. So thank you so much for spending time and sharing and asking questions. I really appreciate it. I hope you found it valuable. And if you ever need anything, there's dozens of people at InterNACHI who work for you. Please take advantage. That's a membership benefit to have 30 people working for your business. And all right, everyone. Bye. Stay safe and healthy. See you later, everybody.